Your computer's security is an illusion. Pop-up boxes and warnings create a false sense of safety. For hackers, these defenses are mere screen doors. The digital world is a constant cat-and-mouse game. Hackers exploit the cracks in systems we trust. Attacks often occur silently, without obvious signs. This essay reveals how attackers bypass digital gatekeepers. Understanding these tactics is crucial for true security. This information is for educational purposes only. Attempting unauthorized access is illegal and unethical. Hacking is not a game, it has serious consequences. Unauthorized access is a criminal offense worldwide. Learn how attackers think to better defend yourself. This knowledge empowers you to enhance your digital safety. Absorb this information as a defender, not an attacker. Stay informed to protect yourself from emerging threats. Let's proceed with this understanding in mind. Before we dive into the world of bypasses and security exploits, it's important to first understand two critical security features that stand guard over our computers: UAC and Gatekeeper. These systems are often the first line of defense against malicious software and unauthorized changes, and knowing how they work is essential for anyone interested in cybersecurity or simply wanting to keep their devices safe. So, what exactly are UAC and Gatekeeper? Let's break it down. UAC stands for User Account Control, and it's a security feature built into Windows operating systems. Gatekeeper, on the other hand, is Apple's answer to application security found on macOS devices. Both serve similar purposes, but they operate in slightly different ways, tailored to their respective platforms. UAC is designed to prevent unauthorized changes to your computer. Whenever a program tries to make a significant change, like installing new software or altering system settings, UAC steps in and asks for your permission. This prompt acts as a barrier, making sure that only actions you approve can proceed. It's a way to keep malware and other unwanted programs from sneaking in and taking control without your knowledge. By requiring your explicit consent, UAC helps stop malware in its tracks. It's like having a vigilant security guard who checks every request to make sure it's legitimate before letting it through. Gatekeeper on macOS works a bit differently, but the goal is the same: to protect your system. Gatekeeper checks the source of any application you try to open. If the app isn't from a verified developer or hasn't been downloaded from the official App Store, Gatekeeper will block it and warn you that the app can't be opened. This feature is especially important because it helps prevent users from accidentally running malicious software from unknown sources. Gatekeeper acts as a digital bouncer, only letting trusted apps through the door. In essence, both UAC and Gatekeeper function as security checkpoints. They stand between your computer and the outside world, making sure that only safe, authorized actions are allowed. Whenever you see a prompt asking you to allow or deny a certain action, that's these systems doing their job, requiring your consent before anything potentially risky happens. Think of UAC as a security guard stationed at the entrance to your computer's core, and Gatekeeper as a bouncer at the club, checking IDs and only letting in trusted guests. Both are there to keep out troublemakers and ensure your system stays secure. Ultimately, the main goal of both UAC and Gatekeeper is to shield your computer from threats, whether they come from the internet, downloaded files, or even other users on your device. By understanding how these protective systems work, you're better equipped to recognize potential vulnerabilities and take steps to secure your own devices. This knowledge is crucial, not just for IT professionals, but for anyone who uses a computer in their daily life. Now that you know what UAC and Gatekeeper are, let's explore how attackers attempt to bypass these defenses and what you can do to stay one step ahead. Attackers exploit the operational details of UAC and Gatekeeper. UAC uses integrity levels to manage permissions. Attackers find ways to exploit trusted programs with high permissions. Gatekeeper relies on file attributes and digital signatures. Attackers trick Gatekeeper into running malicious code. They find loopholes in how Gatekeeper verifies signatures. Attackers constantly probe these systems for weaknesses. Understanding these mechanics reveals how bypasses occur. Let's delve into specific attack methods. DL hijacking is a stealthy and surprisingly common method that attackers use to bypass user account control, or UAC, on Windows systems. This technique takes advantage of the way Windows loads dynamic link libraries, or DLLs, which are essential files that trusted applications rely on to function properly. By manipulating this process, Attackers can gain elevated privileges without raising any alarms. Attackers often begin by identifying trusted applications that are vulnerable to DLL hijacking. These are usually programs that run with higher privileges and are implicitly trusted by the operating system. Once a target is found, the attacker crafts a malicious DLL designed to mimic a legitimate one, often using the same name as a real system file. The next step is to place this malicious DLL in a location where the trusted application will search for it first, often in the same directory as the application itself. When the application starts, it unknowingly loads the attacker's DLL instead of the legitimate one, giving the attacker control over the process. The trusted application, running with elevated privileges, now executes the malicious code embedded in the rogue DLL. This happens silently in the background, with the user, and even most security tools none the wiser. Because the application is already trusted by Windows, UAC doesn't flag any suspicious activity. The attacker's code runs with the same level of trust as the original application, effectively bypassing one of the key security features of the operating system. This method highlights just how complex and layered system security can be. Even with multiple defenses in place, attackers can exploit the smallest oversight in how files are loaded and trusted. By understanding and manipulating the intricate file loading processes, attackers can turn the strengths of the system, its reliance on trusted processes, into vulnerabilities. This means that even the most reputable and widely used programs can be transformed into security threats if their file loading mechanisms are not properly secured. In the next section, let's take a closer look at how attackers use DLL hijacking in real-world scenarios, and what steps can be taken to defend against this silent but effective method of attack. Attackers use Trojan horse tactics to bypass Gatekeeper. They package malicious code in seemingly legitimate files. Disk images and zip archives can deliver malicious payloads. Attackers trick users into running disguised scripts. Zip files can bypass quarantine checks, evading Gatekeeper. Users unknowingly unleash malware by following familiar processes. Attackers exploit both technical loopholes and human psychology. Gatekeeper is not infallible. Attackers find ways around it. Let's examine how these tactics succeed. Social engineering is a powerful bypass method, often more effective than technical hacking. Instead of breaking through firewalls or exploiting software vulnerabilities, attackers focus on the human mind, which is often the weakest link in any security chain. By understanding how people think and behave, social engineers can manipulate individuals into giving up sensitive information or access without ever needing to touch a line of code. Attackers manipulate users into granting permissions by crafting convincing messages, pop-ups, or requests that seem legitimate. These requests often appear urgent or routine, making users feel compelled to act quickly without thinking through the consequences. For example, a pop-up might claim that your computer needs an immediate update, or that your account will be locked unless you verify your identity right now. Phishing attacks and deceptive downloads are among the most common tactics used in social engineering. A well-crafted phishing email can look almost identical to a real message from your bank, employer, or favorite online service. These emails often contain links to fake websites or prompt you to download malicious attachments, all designed to steal your credentials or install malware on your device. Users are frequently convinced to override security warnings, either because they trust the source or because the warning seems like an annoying obstacle. Attackers rely on this tendency, knowing that many people will click, allow, or ignore just to get on with their day, inadvertently giving away access or information. Fake tech support scams are another classic social engineering trick. Attackers may call or message, pretending to be from a trusted company, and claim that your computer is infected or your account is at risk. They then guide you through steps that actually give them remote access or install harmful software, all while you believe you're being helped. Social engineering targets the human element, not the system. No matter how advanced your security software is, it can't protect you if you willingly hand over your password or click on a dangerous link. Attackers exploit emotions like fear, curiosity, and urgency to cloud judgment and prompt risky actions. Security prompts and warnings are only effective if users actually heed them. It's easy to become desensitized to alerts, especially when they appear frequently. But every warning is there for a reason, and ignoring them can open the door to serious threats. Attackers create a sense of urgency and trust to bypass defenses. They might impersonate a boss, a coworker, or a trusted service, urging you to act fast before you have time to think critically. This psychological pressure is a key part of the social engineering shell game. The system works, but users must be vigilant. Security tools can only do so much. Ultimately, it's up to each individual to recognize suspicious activity and respond appropriately. Staying alert and questioning unexpected requests is your best defense. Let's explore how social engineering exploits human behavior and learn practical steps you can take to protect yourself and your organization from these ever-evolving threats. Fortify your defenses with practical steps. Keep software updated to close security loopholes. Exercise caution with downloads and emails. Use official sources for applications whenever possible. Read security prompts carefully before granting permissions. Enhance defenses with third-party security suites. Use a standard user account for daily tasks. This limits malware's ability to cause damage. Small changes in habits can significantly increase security. Let's explore these protective measures in detail. The digital landscape is ever-changing. Security is an ongoing process of vigilance and education. Understand that security systems are not infallible. Recognize social engineering and other bypass methods. Your behavior is the final line of defense. Cultivate healthy security habits consistently. Stay updated on the latest security news. Share knowledge to enhance collective digital safety. Thank you for educating yourself on this critical topic. Stay vigilant and stay safe. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there. You've got this. See you next time. Cyber Defense.